Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy freaking Tuesday to each and every one of you. Holy moly, what's going on with this market right now, Pookie Pookie? What's going on with this market? It's cray cray in the streets right now. What the world? Woke up this morning, I saw some stuff on there. I had to check my freaking loan positions to see what's going on right now. The market was cray cray in the streets, but it's all good. Listen, the greatest upgrade to the XRPL since 2013. Ripple's all excited about it. David Schwartz all excited about it. Mayuka all excited about it. Austin King all excited about it. We got to talk about that. Thank you so much to let me do this real quick. Thank you so much to Steve and Whale 589 for having me on Twitter Spaces this morning. That was a lot of fun. So smart guys over there, guys and gals in that ecosystem for sure. It's a nice, and I like their style too, because it's a hangout type of deal. And I like that. I really, really enjoy it. But when you had some people come up asking questions, you could tell there's a very, 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 very smart community over there. So thank you so much for having me on, guys. I had a good time. Looking forward to coming and hanging out with you guys again in the future for sure. We talked a little bit about DeFi. We talked a lot about Flare and our conversation between myself and Grok V3 in relation to Flare networks and data, Flare networks and AI, Flare networks and DeFi, Flare networks and data is the new oil. And that conversation that we had, that was really cool as well. I got to share a couple of the paragraphs of that conversation I had on that Spaces as well. So again, guys, thank you so much for having me. Listen, this is a big moment for the XRPL. This is a big moment, the largest single most important upgrade since 2013 to the XRPL. We're going to get into it a little bit. I don't know if we're going to go over that roadmap. Maybe we'll go through the roadmap as well. No, I mean, is there any need to go over the numbers? You know, when the market kind of does this thing, I go to one of my go-to guys to get a better assessment of this market, and that is Alessio Rastani. Listen to him this morning. Got my reassurances that I need, after, of course, I made sure that my positions out there in DeFi were all good. Then I got my reassurance of the market and what was supposed to be happening. He predicted this in February, that if this was going to happen, or that it was a high probability that it could happen. And so no one's ever right on every call, but I like going to him to get the overall view of the market. So we got that as well. It's all good. We may get 82 to 83K. That's the long and that's the what do you young guys call that? That's the TLDR. The TLDR is we might get an 82 to 83K Bitcoin. We're still in the bull market. However, Plan B shared a little chart at about 6 or 7, 28 to 38% retraces during the 2017-2018 bull run, which is probably the most hype bull run out of all the cycles. 6 or 7, 28 to 38% retraces during the bull market. So no need to panic. No need to panic at all. That was a good reassurance as well. Shout out to Plan B for sharing that. I think I have it. I'll save it. I think I saved it. So I'll share with you guys as well. Again, happy Tuesday. Look at fam. The market is just doing what the market does. I want to get into this XRPL upgrade for sure. Talk a little bit more about that. And I didn't share with you guys the part of the conversation where I had with Grok 3 V3 and DeFi. I didn't share that part with you guys. You're going to want to get that as well. So look, I would refresh CoinGecko. I would tell you about Bitcoin being at a price again, and Ethereum being at a price again, and XRP being at a price again, and Solana and Dogecoin and the beloved Sui. I need to check Sui's price though. Maybe I'll put some dirty, nasty fiat into that thing. I'll probably do that on the stream here. But it's just doing what it does. The market is just doing what it does, right? So let me welcome some people to the stream. We're going to get into this XRPL upgrade stuff. We're going to talk Flare networks. Telling you, I'm loving DeFi over in Flare, man. Loving it. I got educated, as we like to say. I got educated on Cyclo. I didn't quite understand Cyclo. I didn't understand it. You guys saw me in the live stream, Pookie. You saw me, taking some of the SFLR over there and doing some stuff. But I didn't know. I just did it. I did it to be participating in the fair flare. But I didn't really understand it and why you want to be using it. So those guys are big users over there, and between Steve and Will 589, the people that hop on those spaces, they're big users of Cyclo, and there's some benefits. There's some major benefits to it, and some major strategies to it to earn some significant income if you know what you're doing over there. So I'm going to look more into it, get more familiar with it. Hey, if you can make a few $100 per play, doing it without the risk of liquidation, like, why not? Life's pillars is in the building. What's going on, brother? Do you use Cyclo? So, I mean, they educated me on that thing. So I'm going to look more into it. I'm going to go over their white paper, see if I can get better understanding. I would love for a video to be made, not just of the mechanics, take SFLR, get some CYS FLR, go to exchange, keep note of this CYSFR FLR that you got, go to an exchange, trade it for something on SparkDex, and then, provide it in a liquidity pool. I want to know, why am I doing that? What am I tracking, right? So I asked them some questions like, what am I tracking? Am I tracking the price of CYSFLR? And why am I tracking it? What am I looking to get from tracking it? Am I tracking SFLR? And why? Like, what's the strategy, the nuances? I would love a video on that. So I would love for Steve and Well 589 to do a video on that. What are you looking to do? Share not just the mechanics of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but what am I looking to do when I get the CYSFLR? What am I looking for? How do I make $200? How do I make $100? How do I make $300? That kind of video. I would love to see that, because once I understand that, we lend and borrow all the time. We lend and borrow in SUI. We lend and borrow on in Solana, right? We lend and borrow and connect. Let me find out about a lending and borrowing strategy without the risk of liquidation. Let me understand that. Oh, it's on, baby. It's on. Because I don't mind being a long-term holder. Why would I mind being a long-term holder? If it's got FLR attached to it, oh yeah, I'm good. CYSFLR, SFLR, WFLR, I'm good. I want to be a long-term holder. So show me the benefits of that Cyclo thing so I get it. And I'll be on it. I'll be talking about that thing every day. My guy Steve from the space, he said, once you understand it, you got to get addicted, bro. I'm like, what? Do tell. I'm trying to find out. That's what I'm saying. So hopefully one of those guys make a video of an example of the profit they made and kind of like the strategy. They bought the CYS FLR at this price, 35 cents, and they waited to this, and this happened, and based upon the price changing or up or down, and the SFLR up or down, I made this money. Make that video, bro. Make that one, because I'm gonna read this little white paper thing. But if it's all technical, maybe the Cyclo people can make one. I don't know. Someone got to make that video. Don't get the CryptoCeej on it, because I'll be promoting that thing big time to the community. Alex Jeter's in the building. What's going on, bro? Payment XRP says, what you're looking for is strategy. Yes, sir. I'm looking for a strategy. This is exactly right. I don't need mechanics. I can learn mechanics. My grandson can teach me mechanics. I want mechanics. I want the strategy. What's good? I want to know what the strategy is, because I'll be on it for sure. He says that's what Payment XRP says. That's what people usually sell or want you to join a Patreon for. Yeah. And besides just the strategy, you got to know some principles. Our Patreon is around DeFi. excuse me, DeFi principles. You gotta know some principles. You gotta know the principles behind it. You gotta know the asset values. You gotta know TVL and no TVL, 24-hour volume and no 24-hour volume. You gotta understand that. Can't be just about APR. Can't be just about, some people are sleeping on Flare's ecosystem because they got a little 39% APR. You're sleeping on it because the APR is 39%. You're not looking at the liquidity pairs and the assets in a pool that's 39% APR. Plus, well, and that makeup could be of RFLR. You're not looking at that? What say you about FLR? What do you know? What are you looking to do? So there's a lot of people all up on meme coin APR liquidity pools. They're all on these meme coins in liquidity pairs. And you're not in an FLR liquidity pair, and you're in a meme coin liquidity pair. Nothing wrong with meme coins, but are those long-term holds? What, we got Doge, we got Pepe, possibly WIF, possibly Shiba Inu. What else we got that's long-term hold? That's in the top 10, 20 market cap. That's a long-term hold. What else we got? None of the XRPL meme coins. They're not up there yet. Anyhow, I digress. What's going on, Alex? How are you, my friend? Appreciate you checking in. I'm in the background, CJ. I appreciate that, bro. Pookie. YouTube did not notify. That freaking dang on YouTube. Bastards. What's going on, Devon? Steve, how are you, bro? Appreciate you checking in. Appreciate you checking in. For sure. All right, let's go over, since we're not going to go over the market because it's just doing what the market does. Let's get into this. Let me find the post of Austin King. You know Austin. He said this is the biggest upgrade since 2013. I had to steal his thing and use it for my title, my video, Austin. Hope you are doing well, bro. All right, so let's do this. Let's share Austin. Austin's a smart guy. He's from New York, too. I think I understand this. Well, he's got that New York thing about him, just like yours truly. All right, so Austin King says he reposted Mayuka, who's a head C, I don't know what she's, head CTO, Ripple X Dev. Yeah. Mayuka said, excited to share Ripple X Dev extensibilities team proposed vision. Extensibilities. Team's proposed vision for XRP ledger programmability. Today's announcement includes a blog post detailing our vision and two specs. Okay, this is CTO talking right now. Okay, someone needs to just, I guess, is she talking to the devs there when she mentions? I don't know. Anyway, King Solomon. Austin King reposted this. Biggest upgrade to XRP ledger since 2013 was just announced. Native programmability. Here's an overview of the key things you need to know and how it will lay the foundation for this new era of XRP. Do you understand? It's a foundation for a new era. Probably not going to realize a lot of stuff this cycle. Like, are you okay with that? Probably not going to realize a lot of the gains in this cycle. You understand? It's okay. It's going to be another cycle. What's even better, there's going to be another bear cycle. It's okay. It is what it is. All right. Austin says, let's dive in. The first and most important thing to understand, by the way, Austin King, co-CEO, CEO, Omni Labs, co-creator of Omni Network, happened to be the dude that created, him and his companies built the XRP, built the Interledger protocol, the ILP, Just that, dude. Okay. The first and most important thing to understand, the XRP ledger already has native modules like a DEX, escrow, tokens, and more that are already needed by traditional finance to onboard into crypto. They already got a lot of the stuff to bring TradFi in. That's what he's saying. Okay, that's what he's saying. Just so you know, I'm not a big TradFi guy, not my thing, not my wheelhouse, but just so you know, the next phase is about expanding and enhancing what is already great about the ledger. My guess that this no incentive and stuff is gonna change when banks and or institutions say, tell me more about this validator thing. I'm not sure if that narrative, no incentive is the best incentive, is going to work. Then I don't know. Maybe it will. Maybe these institutions, the bank will say that the win for me in being a validator is knowing that the other business model that I got going on can scale securely. Maybe that will be their payoff. We'll have to see. All right, so the next phase is about expanding and enhancing what is already great about the ledger. The key unlock for this next phase is that any, all capital, developer will be able to enhance the chain. Solana developer, Sui developer, Bitcoin developer, any developer will be able to enhance the chain. We're moving to a new stage where not only Ripple is, well, let me read that again. We're moving to a new stage where not only is Ripple bringing institutions, but developers will be able to access those institutions and build for them on XRP. Why is this unique? Most chains like Ethereum chose to do full programmability from the start. XRP, on the other hand, built hyper optimized modules for the top use cases, DEXs, tokens, etc. This new programmability specifically, Austin has a way of getting his point across. He's got enhances in all capital letters. This new programmability specifically enhances those existing modules. What does that look like? Take escrow functionality, for example. As a first step, the team is planning to empower developers to build on the native escrow functionality. This could allow layered escrows. Think complex real estate deals. Options, think hedge funds, and more. This is just the start. The team will incrementally be rolling out programmability to all of the native and optimized modules. I'm very proud of engineers like Mayuka for driving innovation like this on such a massive scale network. It's extremely exciting to see. Well, I'm excited that they decided to bring stuff on chain and walk away from this off-chain stuff. Most people don't know how much innovation is happening on XRP Ledger and how much more activity this will unlock. We'll see about that activity thing, Austin King. We'll see. We'll see. Share this with friends of yours to help them understand what is coming. I hope you found this thread helpful. And Mayuka said, thank you for your input during this process. So looks like Austin King was involved. Okay, looks like he was involved. So we'll see about activity. Don't tell me one transaction worth 10 million is activity. That ain't activity. That's not activity, bro. That's one transaction. So we're going to see about activity. Native programmability to the XRPL. Let's go. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen. Now, David Schwartz had a little something to say about this as well. But before I get into that, he's talking about, David Schwartz was talking about the roadmap. Let me see if some people came into the stream. Nope. Pay me an XRP says, if we hit 50-cent FLR, my finger will hit that sell button faster than an XRPL transaction. I hear you, bro. I hear you. It's definitely about selling for me. I'm here to make money. Streams of income is just, what's going on, Jay Corn? You guys having a little back and forth. Appreciate that. That's right. That's right. Life pillars. Everyone has their own game plan. Best of luck on hitting the top. Yeah. So listen, you guys are talking about FLR getting to 50 cents. That'll be an exciting time for sure. That'll be an exciting time for sure. For sure. There's a comprehensive strategy, right? That involves just passive income, but it also involves a moon bag. And it also involves stable coins. It's comprehensive, not just one or the other. Jay Corn says, way too much welding at work. I hear you, bro. I hear you, brother. So let's see if we can find Davis's. Let's see if we can find David Schwartz post. Because he seemed to be excited about programmability. Did I keep that? Let me make sure. He was excited about the roadmap. He said he thought it was the best roadmap ever. All right, so let me go over here. Let's get it straight from David. I'm pretty sure I have it here. Joe Katz was getting into it with Charlie Gasparino. You guys saw that? You saw that? Charlie has lost his way. That's all I could say. Poor dude. Oh, this is the institutional DeFi on the Ledger roadmap. Not excited about that. Never mind. I thought he was talking about the native programmability. So no, let's go to Mayuka. Little thread about it. Hopefully I have it. I think I saved Austin King's post about it. So I can keep saying Austin King's name for sure. Let me see. So, I mean, I don't want to go over to institutional DeFi. But David said it's here. Ripple's roadmap for institutional DeFi on the ledger in 2025. As roadmaps go, I personally think this one is pretty great, outlining a clear direction with use cases and features, and not to be proposed or what Ripple will be focused on. And, what did I say? What did I say? And not available. Outlining a clear direction with use case and features available and to be proposed. Okay, awesome. So it's a roadmap there. We'll cover that later. Let's see what Mayuka is saying. You know, I read what she said about it. Why is that not here? I read what she said. There it is. Yeah, here it is. So she said, excited to share Ripple Access. I read that. Then she goes on kind of explaining a little bit, right? I mean, you could read the blog, I guess, as well. A proposed vision for ledger programmability. We, the RX extensibility team, envision programmability on the XRPL as the glue that seamlessly connects to its powerful native building blocks with the flexibility of custom on-chain business logic. This is what Orchestra Finance needs. This is what Anados Finance needs. This is what Moy Finance needs. Okay. That the custom on-chain business logic is what they need. This vision focuses on preserving what makes the XRPL special, its efficiency, reliability, and simplicity, while empowering builders to unlock new possibilities. All this stuff is better late than never. That's what I'll say. You know, instead of diving headfirst into a complex smart contract protocol spec, we want to take baby steps, as Joe Cass puts it. The first initiative, extensions, or what they call smart features. An extension is a small piece of code attached to the XRPL, attached to an XRPL building block, whatever, which allows users to add some custom, where does that go? What allows users to add some custom logic to the existing primitives. This can be very useful for projects that like the existing features of the XRPL, but need a minor modification to a feature to be able to use it. Now, you know, I think when I think about this and I read this, I think about my guys over at DexFi.pro who had a lot of awesome stuff on their platform, but just not quite enough for them to kind of continue on with that project. It would have been pretty cool, for sure. But maybe they come back after this programmability, after this kind of thing gets launched. All right, so this could be useful for projects like the existing features of the XRPL, but need a minor modification to a feature to be able to use it. Feature plus extension equals smart feature, okay? One of XRPL's biggest strengths lies in the foundational building blocks, primitives like tokens, escrows, and the DEX, which offer secure, robust native functionality, native to the chain. Smart features allows us to lean into these strengths by enhancing what already exists rather than replacing it. By leveraging the existing toolkit of the XRPL, we can unlock powerful new capabilities while maintaining the simplicity and efficiency the network is known for. So by the way, all of this could have been done a long time ago. All right, so Smart Escrow, the first extension. Smart escrows will allow developers to write their own custom escrow release conditions without rebuilding the entire escrow primitive in a smart contract. We don't see smart features and smart contracts as mutually exclusive. Therefore, we've also published a smart contract spec outlining our ideas for how we can bring the smart contracts that everybody knows and loves to the XRPL in a way that makes sense for how the XRPL is designed. Starting with smart escrows instead of going straight to smart contracts allows us to test out the virtual machine integration with a much smaller feature so that it's easy to protect against unforeseen errors, and any issues will be much smaller and more limited. That is awesome. And again, this is something that could have been done years ago. But you know, it was in a different direction. So we got to just thank God that we're in the right direction this time. So there it is right there. Community feedback has been instrumental in shaping this vision. Developers across a broad variety of projects have shared valuable insights that have helped refine this approach to the XRPL programmability. This collaborative process continues as we all work together where is that at? To create the best path forward. If you're interested in being more involved in the development process, please reach out. So someone had a question here, and Mayuk answered it. Here's the question. My only question is, will any of these potential smart features cause any concern over the XRP ledger or XRP being controlled in any way? For instance, preventing transactions or controlling my XRP in some manner or impacting the decentralization of the network. No, none of these proposed changes affect consensus or decentralization in any way. So cool. Me and Mayuka had a little back and forth about some other things. So, and yeah, I appreciate that she's willing to engage. And she doesn't just block people because they may have a different view, unlike Brad Kimes and digital asset investor. So I appreciate that she was willing to answer some questions, right? And have a back and forth with people that may have some concerns. So that is pretty cool to see. So it's coming. Uh, how much of this is going to benefit XRP holders this cycle? Don't know. Getting the cloud on title lifted with this lawsuit ending will be the biggest value add, I think, in terms of an XRP holder and the value of that asset. But the programmability, the native programmability for me, I think more in DeFi. I think more DeFi projects being able to do more things, maybe even some new DeFi project coming in, having done some other stuff and having some other features and being able to add that to the XRPL where they can leverage the massive liquidity. They can massive moving anything of value in 3 to 5 seconds for less than a penny, right? So those that leverage the massive DEX, leverage the awesome AMM. What was stopping those guys from coming in is this programmability. So now we got that foundation, in my view. And now we got this foundation for, they're going to temper in, they're going to little baby step into this programmability. So, without sacrificing what they think is the most important thing, which is institutional DeFi, without sacrificing that thing, right? So shout out to them for getting this done. Shout out for David for being open-minded enough to just listen, right? I understand this is this baby and you don't want to mess it up. I get it. So they've pivoted. They've changed their focus, not completely from payments, but a measured amount of focus has shifted from payments to this on-chain, tokenization, RWAs, institutional DeFi. I think that is the winning strategy for sure. I just want to know when liquidity incentive event for XRP holders. I want to know when they are going to do that. Again, I'm still holding out that it's the case, it's the lawsuit that is preventing Ripple to be creating liquidity pools or any of that kind of stuff. That's what I think. I don't know. But that's what I think. So we'll see. We got to get that cloud on title lifted and get rid of this madness. This is the SEC versus crypto. We got to get rid of that. All right, so let me see who's tuned in here. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button on the way in. That would be super, super cool. We always like to have just as many likes as we got viewers in the stream. Definitely appreciate that. If you didn't get a chance to hit the like button on the way in, no worries. Just collapse the chat real quick. Go smash the like button, then come back and hang out with CryptoCeej. And bam. What we got going on here? Life. It will be some exciting times for sure. That's without question. Both in the Flare and the XRP ecosystem, for sure. Grok V3 thinks Flare is going to be a massive deal for XRP holders. Yeah. Let me see here. Let me welcome who came in. Crawfish XRP, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you being here. Yosef is in the building. What's good, my dude? Coffee and crypto. Glad you're covering this. Me too, bro. Me too. Carl Billies is here. What's good? What's good? Man, oh man, I'm re-updating myself. I'm re-updating myself to myself on Songbird and Flare. It's a lot at 63, LOL. You've helped a bunch, brother. By the way, how was your day, Siege? It's going well, bro. Thank you, Crawbillies, for being here. I appreciate that. I got a crawfish. I got a Crawbillies. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got to tell you, let me learn about that cycle on Flare Networks. I can tell you, this is exciting. Payment XRP says the bear market will smack many like a ton of bricks. That round trip is a mother freaker. They will be much regret and even more coulda, shoulda, woulda. Yep. I'm taking the profit and the win. I'll buy back. Yes, sir. Absolutely. You can't be turning down an 8x because something might 20x. I don't understand. There's a reason why they say you ain't rich. What did they say? You're not rich because you're greedy. It's just such a simple thing. Such a simple thing. Turning down 7x's and 8x's, talking about this thing at 20x. Take that 7x, you can take 50, 60% of that in stables, increase that stables 30, 40, and 50% per year in the bear market. It's not bad. That's not bad. Right? That's not bad. And DeFi. Coughing Chris says, glad you're covering this. I was thinking about security issues for the XRPL. Joseph says, I was thinking about security issues for the XRPL and FLR. What are their security protocols? Whose security protocols? Whose security? XRPL or Flare? Which one, bro? Which one? Or both? Right? So the thing with the XRPL is, it's got that not being hacked thing. That's pretty cool. But the thing to always consider is the thing hopping on the thing has vulnerabilities. The thing hopping on the thing has vulnerabilities, right? Just got to understand that. I was telling the guys in the spaces today, they were talking about, he was mentioning about the XRPL and his prowess for security, but I reminded him that the bad guys are really good, right? So if there's an entryway by way of the UI UX to your stuff, because remember, your stuff can get hacked without the chain being hacked, right? Flare Networks wasn't hacked, wasn't compromised, but there was a platform that was. You got to get that, right? And so even like, for example, we went to see John Deaton. This guy was explaining the story of losing his crypto on the ledger. On the ledger. Ledger Nanos. He lost his crypto on the ledger from some other place where the vulnerability was. The ledger didn't do anything. But somewhere out there, it was a little doorway to get it. Right? So you just can't be fat, dumb, and happy because something's on the XRPL. You gotta level up your security. That's why I tell people multiple cold storage wallets. Multiple. You can't just have one. Multiple. You got to get up into the 7, 8, and 10 ranges. What? You're not willing to invest 1,000? Let's see. $1,000 to $2,000 on your $1 million to $2 million worth of assets? Or don't you see it as $1 to $2 million assets? You understand? How do you see it? Well, it's a little challenging. Is that 1 to 2 million worth the challenging to manage those 7, 8, 10 cold storage wallets? I mean, it's your assets. How do you value them? Tell me about the challenge, the managing challenge that is so intense that your assets aren't worthy of dealing with that challenge. Right? The Guardian Archives is in the building. What's going on? What's going on, the Guardian Archive? Do you think we're hitting the bear market now? No, sir, I do not. Not in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Maybe if Bitcoin gets below 81, 80,000, maybe. But as long as we stay above 82, where I think we're good, the Guardian Archives. Right. You're welcome, Joseph. So the idea really for me is you got to mitigate the risk. You're in control of mitigating security risk. You're in control of that. Portfolio management is part of risk and managing risk, right? You don't have to be 100% on something on the XRPL just because it's the XRPL. Does that mean you got to be 100% on it? You don't have to have 100% on your crypto on one ledger. Right? Like you don't. Jay Yellen. Jay Yellen, I don't think I've seen you checking in the stream before, my friend. How are you? Where are you checking in from, Jay? Peace, Guardian Archives. The Jay says the thing with taking profits on these utility tokens is why would you put money back into the system? Which system are we talking about? Talking about the old traditional financial system? They are going to destroy. Yeah, there you go. Obviously, take profits on crap meme coins, or am I being daft? Now, I know what you're saying, right? So what he's saying is why take profits into the old traditional financial system, going back into what I call, the inferior system with its inferior currency, which is fiat dollars. Right? You don't have to. You can stay in stable coins, participate in DeFi, hop into that other world on a need only basis. By the way, if you use Spritz Finance, you can pay all your bills with crypto. Let Spritz deal with the deal with the inferior system, inferior currency. Did you know that? Yeah. Let me know if you need a link to Spritz Finance. It's awesome. It's an awesome deal. Yeah. It falls in line for me. It falls in line to what who's the Bitcoin guy? I always forget his name. Is he the Bitcoin standard guy? No, the Bitcoin standard was Safadine. Who's the other Bitcoin guy? The older guy. I can't remember his name right now. But it's like the only way to deal with this, to really overcome the old inferior monetary system and inferior fiat currency is to this, stay in this thing, stay in this thing, stay in this thing. And if a place like Spritz is willing to deal with the other thing, use them, use Spritz. Let Spritz deal with them. I'm telling you, it's pretty cool when you say you pay your phone bill or your electricity bill or your credit card with crypto. Pretty cool, man. Telling you, that's pretty cool. And you just got to get used to it and accustomed to it. I mean, you can use the Coinbase card, but you get some rewards with that as well. If you're interested in a 1, 2, 3, 4% rewards, you can use Coinbase card as well. I'll get you that link, Yosef. You know, I like Spritz because they got a card as well. But when Coinbase 4% is great when they got 4% on that. You use the card, you're getting 4% back in the crypto of your choice. But when it's 1% or 2%, I'm just not sure. I'm not so sure anymore. Oh, you checking in from England, my friend. Nice. Cornwall, England. How about that? Appreciate you checking in. Appreciate you checking in. Guys, do me a favor. If you happen to be in that 55% or so that are people that are listening to, watching, and enjoying the CryptoCeej, do me a favor. If you've been enjoying those, what I should say, watching, listening, and I don't even remember what I used to say. But in any case, if you're hanging out, listening to and watching the CryptoCeej, and you've been hanging out and you've been enjoying those hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're in a mad dash to get to 9,000 subs by the end of February. We're almost there. I think we're less than 60 people away. And I know we can get there, especially with your help. There it is right there, Yosef. So, and they keep, I like Spritz, they keep expand the amount of cryptos that you can use. You can use your XRP, you can use stable coins. I mean, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. I mean, even if you take the dirty, nasty fiat, even if you do this, I know people are like, what? The money was just in my bank. But even if you took the dirty, nasty fiat, you converted it to stables, right? Because you use Coinbase out of your account instantly, no fee. Make sure that there's no fee. If bank card is a fee, don't use the bank card. If the account is no fee, use the account. Both of those instances are instant, right? Dirty nasty fiat, Coinbase. Convert the dirty nasty fiat to stable coins. No fee. No fee. No fee. Put it on with your favorite Rabbi, MetaMask if you dare. And connect that joint to Sprit Finance and pay your bills. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you anything with the Coinbase deal. And even if there's some little minor transaction fee with using Spritz, are you interested in staying in the old traditional financial system or no? It's rigged against you. It's 12% hurdle rate that you got to overcome every single year. Why continue to use it? Your bill's still getting paid. You can link up all kind of accounts and pay your bills. Right? You know what I mean? And eventually we're gonna change the ways of Visa and MasterCard. They're gonna have to change those fees and keep changing them and keep changing them so that it benefits people like Spritz Finance. They got to change these fees. They've been benefiting in to the tunes of tens of billions of dollars a year. They have to change that. Yeah. You got a bank that takes your fiat and allows you to pay in fiat. That's paying you less than 0.01% of your money. Right? And doesn't allow for your crypto payment stuff at all. Or you got Spritz Finance that does allow you to do that in a new financial system when the assets that you're using are your assets and you're in control of them, and you can earn as much money as you like. One system is, as I like to say, is for you, and the other one is against you. So why not support the one that is for you? Imagine not having to be beholden to your bank. Wouldn't that be awesome? Again, it's the same dirty, nasty fiat, Joseph. The same dirty, nasty fiat. You're using them. You're using Coinbase. I mean, my God, they charge you a spread and a transaction fee. So you might as well take advantage of the stuff that don't cost you nothing. which is depositing, converting to stables, withdrawing for free. You can withdraw it for free on 99% of them, except for Ethereum. And even Ethereum is around 33 cents. I wouldn't use it, but Spritz takes all of them. Solana takes all that stuff, man. Spritz is awesome, man. Spritz Finance is awesome. With a capital A, baby. Jay says, yeah, definitely stable coins. I am looking into Evernote, which looks like a really good technology. What's your thought? Evernote is a really good technology, and I'm learning. I'm saying this by way of my guy Mickey B. Fresh, who was big time into deep into the woods, and he's really, really big on Evernote. Oh, Yosef, is that right? Yosef says, wow, because I was sending Bitcoin to load one of my cards, yep, then pay bills. But the fee was killing. Yeah. Now I have a easy way. Yep. Thank you again, Siege. You're welcome, brother. You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. All right. So XRPL, the greatest upgrade since 2013. That's a big deal. Hydro checked in. What's going on, Hydro? You said you listened to it, said, hey, Siege, I seen your Grok video. Promising. That was good stuff, right? Speaking of Grok, let me share my Yosef. You missed this conversation that myself and Grok had on Flare Networks. I'm telling you, it was impressive stuff. You can watch the recorded video where I go over. I just read the conversation. It's still 20 something minutes, but I just read the conversation, and it was a conversation. It was a back and forth between me and Grok. It's pretty cool. Let me share the DeFi part. I didn't share that with you guys on the live stream. Let me share with Flare Net what they were saying about layer networks and DeFi. I get excited about it every time I read it. AI was really good as well. I mean, the whole conversation was next level. All right, so this is the data is the new oil conversation. That was sweet. Then it asked me what I thought was going to be the next big catalyst for Flare. Yeah, Grok asked me what I thought was going to be the next catalyst for Flare. I said AI. But let me share the next thing I said. So Grok asked me after that conversation, he asked about AI. He says, what kind of AI use case do you see igniting it first? I said, well, I see AI and DeFi as a perfect match and an awesome killer app. What do you think, Grok? Grok says, you're pairing AI with DeFi as Flare's killer app, and I'm all in for that combo. It's got serious fireworks potential. Let's break it down and see how it could play out with Flare's inflationary setup and data niche, which is what we've been talking about prior to this whole conversation. It started out with the inflationary mechanism. AI and DeFi are like peanut butter and jelly. AI's predictive smarts and optimization chops can supercharge DeFi's yield chasing, trading, and liquidity games. Imagine an AI-powered protocol on Flare that uses the FTSO's real-time price feeds, say XRP, USD, or Bitcoin ETH liquidity pairs, to auto rebalance the liquidity pools across the chains. That would be nice. Or an AI arbitrage bot minting F assets like FXRP and F Litecoin to exploit price gaps. All trustless and decentralized thanks to Flare's data pipes. That 5% inflation, in which 70% goes to FTSO providers, could scale to reward more data nodes. As AI apps demand tighter, faster feeds, keeping the system greased. Flare's cross-chain angle is the secret sauce here. DeFi is big on Ethereum, sure, but it's siloed. AI there can't easily tap Bitcoin or XRP markets. Flare bridges that gap. An AI DeFi app could analyze Flare's state connector data, spot a yield spike on an XRP-based F asset, and deploy capital instantly. This is Grok V3 telling us this. If usage pops off, transaction fees and burns could climb, maybe even outpacing that 5 billion FLR cap yearly, turning inflation into a strength. Like Ethereum burn pivot for a niche crowd or niche crowd. Look at the others. Ethereum's DeFi is mature, but gas fees and complexity can choke AI experimentation. Its 1% inflation is lean, but it's not tailored for this. Dogecoin's 3 to 4% inflation fuels nothing DeFi related. This is a zero fit. I'm wondering what about F-Doge? All right, so Solana's 4 to 5%, which is dropping to 1.5%, powers fast DeFi, but lacks Flare's cross-chain data hook. AI's there, stuck in one sandbox. It's saying that the AI thing is stuck in one sandbox in Solana, if it gets anything. Flare is leaner, stuck in one sandbox. Interesting. Flare is leaner, focused, data as oil, AI as the refinery, DeFi as the market. This is Grok having a conversation with me. The kicker, execution. An AI DeFi app needs to be slick. Think a Uniswap style interface with AI-driven yield farming. All Flare powered. If it lands, demand for FLR could soar. Staking, data provision, F asset minting, making that inflation a feature and not a bug. Remember, this conversation started with the inflationary mechanism for Flare and other ecosystems. It keeps relating and referencing it as we continue on in the conversation. It's pretty awesome. So again, I'm gonna read this again for you. If it lands, if AI DeFi on Flare lands, demand for FLR could soar. Staking, data provisions, F asset minting, making that inflation a feature, not a bug. CryptoX is buzzing with AI DeFi hype lately. Yep, sure is, big time. Flare could ride that wave if it ships something usable fast. And I just think that is so important to know, because I get people say to me, why isn't FLR and Songbird in your 90% bucket? They keep saying that to me. Why isn't it not in your 90% bucket? Why is it in your 10% bucket? This is one of the reasons why right here. It says Flare could ride that wave if it ships something usable fast. That's why it's in the 10% bucket, because these are promises, not realized promises. That's why just a 90 to 10%. This is Grok saying, I would say it's a slam dunk if they nail the UX and get a big partner like an XRP ledger tie-in. Do you understand what it's saying right now? Then they asked me another question. It asked me, what's the first AI DeFi trick you'd want to see on Flare? This is Grok V3. This is not even the deep search or the think thing. I didn't use deep search or think. I just used a regular Grok 3 that's in beta. And this is the conversation, Pookie. This is the conversation that I had back and forth with Grok. I'm telling you, next level. Next level. The Guardian Archive said, I sold all my Bitcoin for Litecoin because the fees are way too high on Bitcoin. I cold storage Litecoin XRP and internet computer. Nice, bro. Nice. Hydro says, Ceej, keep using Grok in your streams. Yeah, it's so interesting. Yeah. Yeah, Flare's down a penny. With the dip, don't cry, bye. That's right, Jay Young. I hear you, my friend. I don't have a whole lot of money left. I got like less than $100 of dry powder left. Like, what's going on right now? I got less than $100 of dry powder going on. The Guardian Archive says Grok is cool. I'm telling you, I was blown away. And this is beta. And this is not even, I didn't use the deep search. But in that Hydro, I don't know if you noticed it, but it not conveniently, it intelligently added ifs for every conversation. It added if and execution, if and execution, if and execution. I thought that is pretty awesome. I thought that's pretty awesome. And it speaks 1000% to my 10% portfolio thesis. It speaks to the promises and potentials, and it adds that if with execution. I love that. You got to be able to have that possibility, and you got to be able to go through the if and execution and place your bet. Because next year, the if and execution, what makes up that formula is going to be different. Why would it be different? Because there will be a measure or another level of execution. And the year following that, there's going to be another measure of execution. And the ifs will become less and less and less. Right? And thus, the 10% thing will change. You understand? Hydro says, yes, the conversation is key. Yeah, it was really, really cool. I'm going to ask it. I'm going to answer that other question. I'm trying to think of how to answer it. What say you, CryptoCeej fam? Says, what's the first AI DeFi trick you would want to see on Flare? AI DeFi trick. Wow. I think auto balancing would be cool. Right? When you get out of range. and kind of charting the best time to rebalance in the liquidity pools when you get out of the range. I think that would be cool. See what it says after I say this. So take your time. No rush. I'm here whenever you've got that spark. Okay. Liquidity. Impermanent loss as possible. So I said, oftentimes when I'm in a CLMM liquidity pool, concentrated liquidity market maker liquidity pool, I have to rebalance because I'm out of range. I should say because I'm out of the range that I set, because I'm out of the range that I set. It would be nice to have that done for me at the optimized times, minimizing as much impermanent loss as possible. What do you think about that? I'm not even using deep search right now. I should be like a paid spokesman or something for Grok 3. So Grok 3 says this. You've hit on a real pain point with concentrated liquidity market maker pools. Rebalancing out of range positions is a hassle, and timing it right to dodge impermanent loss is half guesswork, half math nightmare. An AI DeFi solution on Flare tackling that? Absolute genius. What the world? Grok says, let's flesh it out. So picture this. You're in a concentrated liquidity pool, say an FXRP FBTC pair on Flare base, on a Flare based DEX like I'm throwing in Spark DEX. You set your range, but prices wiggle and boom, you're out of range. Earning zilch. When you get out of range, you're not earning any fees. So zilch is zero, nada, nothing. Grok knows this. It says earning zilch and risking impermanent loss when you rebalance. That's correct. Now, this is a little rebalancing little strategy, by the way. There is a little, you still incur impermanent loss, but you make it up by using a strategy. Anyway, I'm loving that Grok knows this. You set your ranges, but prices wiggle and boom, you're out of range. Earning zilch and risking impermanent loss when you rebalance because you got to exit the liquidity pool. And most people rebalance the wrong way. They rebalanced the completely wrong way. Now, imagine an AI tool plugged into Flare's FTSO. sipping real-time price feeds, and the state connector tracking cross-chain trends. It's constantly modeling the optimal range based on volatility, momentum, even external signals like BTC halving vibes or XRP settlement rumors. This is Grok V3. When your position shifts, it auto rebalances, shifts your liquidity into a new range at the sweet spot where impermanent loss minimized and fees are juiciest. Blair's 5% inflation fits here like a glove. That 70% chunk going to the FTSO data providers could juice up the system. More nodes, tighter data, feeding the AI's brain. The AI crunches numbers. Price is X, volatility's Y, rebalance now, save 2% in permanent loss versus waiting for it to get back in range. It executes via smart contracts, maybe even stakes some FLR to offset gas costs. If usage spikes, pools churning, fees burning, that 5 billion FLR cap could get eaten up, flipping the net supply tight. Compare the big three. Ethereum's got CLMs like Uniswap V3, but gas fees sting. And its 100% inflation doesn't directly juice the oracles for this. AI's there. Do your research. Do DIY. Do it yourself. AI's there. Do it yourself. Dogecoin, no DeFi, no shot. 3 to 4% inflation's wasted. Solana's fast, 4 to 5 inflation percent now, but its CLMMs lack Flare's cross-chain data edge. AI need hacks to pull XRP moves. Flare's niche shines. FASS plus FTSO can make it the AI rebalancing king. The payoff, you sit back, your pools stay in range, impermanent loss is a ghost, and you rake the fees. If this app nails the UX, think set it and forget it. With a dashboard showing impermanent loss dodged. It's a magnet for DeFi degens. CryptoX got the concentrated liquidity pools gripes of plenty of them out there. This could pop off. The trick is in the AI smarts, needs to outguess human traders and not over tweak burning fees. I would say it's a banger idea. Could see it as Flare's first big AI DeFi win. And then Grok asked me, how would you tweak it further? By the way, I didn't share this conversation, and I did not share, I don't think I shared this last one, this AI and DeFi conversation, but I shared this with the community in Flare. I'm like, I think it was Rick Cisneros said, you need to share that. You need to DM Hugo or something. So I DM'd someone. I don't know who it was. They did respond. but I didn't share, these last two things. Tell me that's not fascinating. Tell me that is not fascinating stuff. Hydro says there's an app for Grok so you can use your voice instead of typing. I saw Elon put out that the app was available. Is it Android and iOS, Hydro? Is it Android and iOS? What I put in there? Just Grok? What I put in the Play Store? Just Grok? So Hydro says, great question. Incredible answer. Thank you, bro. I love the answer. So what is it? Just Grok? I saw, did I say Hugo or did I say Elon? I saw Elon posting that there was an app available. What's going on? Why am I in this thing? Oh, yeah. I don't want to get the wrong thing, man. Grok 3? You got one that says that's sponsored with a different symbol than the Grok. I think I want the Grok XAI one, right? That's the one I want, right? Yeah, that's the one I want. I want the Grok was XAI. Now, do they say anything about getting it on the App Store? I don't see anything here. I'm telling you, I'm loving these questions. But yeah, I see it here. Is this the one with the X and the I symbol? It says XAI. No, this says coming soon. So it's not available on it's not available on Android yet. I'm sure it's probably iOS. But yeah, isn't that a great answer? Coffee and Crypto says, sign me up for that. Yeah. I mean, Grok is saying think, set it and forget it if they can pull it off. And there are platforms already out there thinking about doing it. That's why I always think it's important to know when in this conversation with Grok, they mention if they even said a part about acting fast, shipping out a product fast. I think that's important to understand, right? Flare could ride that wave if it ships something usable fast. It says this in the AI DeFi conversation. Then in the AI plus DeFi plus Flare conversation. Then I was talking Flare and AI, and it says the hitch, the hitch is adoption speed. AI is moving fast. Think LLM scale leaps, but Flare's got to hustle. But Flare has got to hustle to be the go-to before bigger players pivot. A killer app like an AI Oracle marketplace or a cross-chain AI trading platform could be the spark. If Flare nails that, your data is oil, bet plus AI could make it a top contender. That is just so important. There's another one. The catch. This is just data. My thought on data is the new oil. Our conversation about that. It says the catch. Oil is only king if the world runs on it. So talking about data. Flare needs developers and users to buy into its data vision fast. You see what I'm saying? You see how it brings that up in every conversation, right? It's talking all the upside, but reminding you about the if, right? That thing that you need as an investor to assess and how you're going to allocate money, right? So yeah, big vision. Yeah, you want to allocate. What are the ifs? The ifs help to determine how you're going to allocate, how much you're going to allocate, right? It's a good tool. It's a good tool for sure. Okay. A coffee and crypto. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Yeah. So iOS has it, Grok on the app, but Android doesn't yet. Hydro says, I've seen someone using it. Yes, Apple. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. So that's kind of where that is. Rick Cisneros says I should ask Grok to build me an AI agent for DeFi, like build an agent. But is that supposed to be on Flare, though? Let's see. What we got going on here? Can you make an AI agent to find yield in the Flare system to make me money while I sleep? I'll ask that one. Let me ask. that would be to make money while I sleep. That would be interesting. I do want to ask him that. I just got to figure out when I want to do that. But yeah, that's a pretty awesome conversation for sure. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Again, to remind you that Grok V3 I think is awesome. And I didn't use deep search and I didn't use the think thing. The think one is like for solving problems, math problems, and things like that. It'd probably be good for chess. You could get Grok's help for your next move in your chess game or something like that, probably. So Magnetic X is putting this out. We had a conversation about Magnetic X on the Spaces today, and I was talking about my lack of enthusiasm for liquidity pools on the XRPL. Magnetic X put this out, and this is one of the reasons why, because I saw that this pool was ending in a few days, even though it was in 21 days when I looked at it. And I thought, 21 days? I mean, what the? So Magnetic X put this out. Liquidity in the Ripple Dollar XRP AMM pool has grown 5x over the last month. 25 days ago, we launched a farming pool for Ripple Dollar using our own funds without any support from Ripple. This allowed us to boost Ripple Dollar liquidity from 265,000 XRP to 1.4 million XRP. We are ready to keep supporting Ripple Dollar growth, but there are only 5 days left until the end of farming, and Magnetic cannot constantly fund this pool. It's time. Wait a minute. I'm not even sharing my screen. What the world? What am I doing? I'm not even sharing my screen, fam. What am I talking about right here? So in our Twitter spaces today, we were talking about Magnetic X, and I brought up Magnetic X because I had some concerns about who they are, right? Part of our criteria is you got to know the UI, UX, you got to know the DEX, you got to know the chain, right? These are some questions that you got to know when you want to enter a liquidity pool. This is not an OG. We're not talking about Uniswap V3, right? We're not talking about Radium, right? We're not talking about things that's been around for a minute. We're not talking about Aave, right? We're talking about a new thing here. And he was because I was addressing that in terms of liquidity pools and why I only had a few dollars there as opposed to where I am in other places, right? And what I noticed when I went to look into this liquidity pool for when Ripple Dollar launched, that this liquidity pool was only going to be for a few days. It was only going to be for like 25 days or 22 days, something like that. It wasn't very long. And I'm like, why am I going to get to that pool for that? It didn't make any sense. And so he had pointed out that one of the challenges with these UI UX teams is, they can't really come up with some kind of measures of extra security because they don't have any revenue. They ain't got no revenue anywhere kind of coming in. And so Magnetic X team is talking about we're doing something to support your stable coin. What are you doing, Ripple? What are you doing, Ripple? This is why we ask on the channel all the time, when liquidity incentive event. Flare Networks incentivized all their participants. When are you going to do it? Ripple dollar is out. The AMM's been around for a minute. Liquidity on XRP is awesome. When are you going to support these projects building on the XRP with the liquidity incentive event? My guess, and I'm not trying to rationalize or protect Ripple, my guess is this is cloud on title and to get this lawsuit, this appeal process done and over. That's my guess. And we're going to see. We're going to see. So there's the problem. They're addressing it. We're ready to keep supporting the Ripple dollar growth, but there are only 5 days left until the end of the farming. And Magnetic can't not constantly fund this pool. It's time to show Ripple how effective farming can be and get them interested in extending the pool for you. They put this out on X, and no one from Ripple has responded. And my guess is, especially with Joel Katz, is that it is the lawsuit. That's my guess. Tag Ripple representatives in the comments on this post. They might take notice and consider extending the farming period, allowing the Ripple dollar liquidity to continue growing and give you the chance to keep earning rewards for farming RLUSD. It's a great point. It's a great post. And you won't see the XRP content creators commenting on this because they don't understand and dare not to question Ripple. But it's a fair point. It's a fair point. Let me see if some new people came into the stream. Nope. All right. Hour and a half. So that was I thought that was a good post from them. Really did. Man, this guy here wrote up a big deal about, big post about recent developments surrounding XRP and Songbird and Flare are poised to significantly impact both networks, ecosystems, and token valuations. By the way, if you want to get the full conversation from beginning to end on Grok and reference Flare and inflation mechanism and so on and so forth, I did a recorded video. It's about 27 minutes long, and it's just a conversation. It's not me rambling as I tend to do and pontificating on some other subject as I tend to do. It's just you get a chance to hear and see that whole conversation there. It's pretty good. You should check out the video. It's a recorded video, about 27 minutes long. So removal of minting caps, you go put that out. No caps, no limits. It says, it's pretty much saying that's coming. Initially, during the testing phase on Songbird, FXRP, at Flare Network's tokenized representation of XRP was subject to a controlled issuance cap of 2 million per asset. This measure was implemented to maintain stability and assess system performance in a controlled environment. As the platform transitions from testing to full deployment, plans are underway to incrementally increase and eventually remove these minting caps. This progression aims to enhance liquidity and broaden the utility of XRP across decentralized finance applications. Implications for Songbird and Flare: increased demand for native tokens. The expansion of XRP issuance is expected to drive demand for Songbird and FLR tokens. These native tokens serve as collateral within the system, and their increased utilization could lead to upward price movements, enhanced network activity, With the removal of minting caps, a surge in transaction and smart contract deployments is anticipated. This heightened activity can bolster network value and attract more participants to the ecosystem. DeFi eco growth. The unrestricted availability of XRP, of FXRP, will likely stimulate the development of diverse DeFi services such as lending, staking, and liquidity provisions, thereby enriching the financial products available on both networks. Current market overview. As of now, Solberg is trading at 0.005, while Flare is valued at 0.177. These valuations reflect the market's response to recent developments and the growing anticipation of increased utility and adoption stemming from the expanded FXRP capabilities. In summary, the strategic removal of FXRP minting caps is set to unlock substantial opportunities within the Solberg and Flare Networks ecosystem, potentially leading to increased token demand, enhanced network activity, and a robust DeFi landscape. Because Hugo posted yesterday, goal is no caps, no limit. That goal is in sight. It's a pretty big deal. Nice write-up, my friend. Nice write-up. Nice write-up. Let's see what else I got on here on X for you guys. Flight Community makes a really good point if you're into liquidity pools, for sure. If you're providing liquidity in the form of FLR and a stablecoin, you're essentially removing 50% of the volatility of the market. Talking about this current movement this morning of the market down. Not only that, it's very likely you're earning from the volatility and additionally FLR via the Flare Fair. The cherry on the cake, if the value of FLR decreases as it has with this recent downturn in the market, your FLR within the LP increases, liquidity pair increases. The stablecoin decreases. That directly translates to more FLR via delegation rewards. If captured within one of the snapshots, your monthly flare drop allocations. Great point. Great point. Oh man, what the world? I wonder why he can't DM me. Hold on, I gotta see where am I at here that I'm getting this message? Why can't he DM me? I don't know. Somebody wants to punch somebody too. What's going on with somebody has a face you want to punch? What is that about? What is that about? Who has a face? Oh. William Hinman. Okay. Oh, what happened to that? Let me go back here. Let me tell the Flare community great. Great. Awesome. Wait. Other. There we go. There we go. Shout out to Flare community. Dude's got some great video editing skills, man. And he's a dev too. Isn't it interesting? Goodness gracious. So anyway, people are not happy about the apparent monopoly positioning of Circle and US stablecoin issuers. That's a live stream for another time, I guess. Paulo complaining about it here as well. That's the CEO of Tether. This one is interesting to me. What is this Flare? Is it Flare? I always get this confused. Flare improvement proposal. What's STP? Songbird something proposal, right? So anyway, FIP 13 and STP 10 pass. Thanks for voting. Level up Flare DeFi. Enabling accurate pricing for liquid staking and my guess tokens and liquid restaking tokens is, I'm guessing, what LRT is. And general time series feeds, better collateral, lending, and risk management. First custom feed is going to be on Scepter for SFLR. Suggest the next ones here if you want to suggest the next one. Pretty cool. And I guess this verifiable AI thing was streamed live. Binance live video and YouTube. Too busy in Denver? Too busy in Denver? Question mark. Recordings coming soon. Okay, good. Live code now. Learn how to train agent Pugo Helion. Once learned, apply for the Google Cloud's Flare Networks Variable Error Hackathon. Pretty cool. And the fact that they're doing this hackathon is no small coincidence that they're doing this verifiable AI hackathon. Fade Flare at your own risk, bro. At your own risk. I think that's it. Goal is no caps, no limit. Goals in sight from Hugo. By the way, Flare.network's new platform looks pretty cool. Looks really pretty cool. Have you checked it out lately? Flare.network. Check it out right here. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. F-asset explanation, enshrine data protocols, important. FTSO, FTC, and the FTSO here. Flare stake. Flare uses proof of stake mechanism to ensure significant and consistent level of economic security. Recent update on Songbird, F-assets on Songbird is here. It's got the fast here, 1.8 second average block time, 1.8 with single slot finality. I'm not sure if that's talked about enough, how fast Flare Networks comes to finality. Decentralized with 100 data providers. No one's even close to that. Secure with 67% of FLR stake, of which 80% is from the community. And then you got some build on Flare if you're interested in that. Participate in Flare, get Flare drops, delegating and staking, vote. Community, love it. Subscribe to the newsletter. So new makeup to the site. It's pretty cool. You guys should definitely check it out. I love the way they got this enshrine the data protocols. They got it set up here. I don't like to get too technical. I just want to know just enough to understand to make to become a better informed investor, because I think that's what we're all on the journey of doing. It's becoming a sophisticated investor. So there it is, fam. I wanted to share that with you guys. Coffee and Crypto says, so would I word it to Grok to build me a AI redistribution bot on the Zum wallet to auto rebalance to maximize my XRP gains? Yep. You probably have to start the conversation out with, hi, Grok, are you familiar with the Zum wallet? It'll begin to tell you some stuff about the Zum wallet, and then you can kind of put in that next request for what you like to do. All right, there it is, fam. 122 people showed up today, checked out some stuff. Appreciate you guys being here for sure. Again, if you didn't get a chance to hit the like button on the way in, please do so on the way out. That would be awesome if you guys can do it. And if you're in the 55% or so of people that are hanging out, listening to and watching the CryptoCeej, do me a favor. We're in a mad goal to get to 9,000 subs this month. So if you've been enjoying those hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. 9,000 is the goal, and I know we can get there, especially with your help. I'm going to end this live stream like I do all of my live streams and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this, or perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.